So, to help develop a part of our mission, which was to ensure that the arts are available to the entire community, we developed a program called P3 Educates. And the educate a little plus sign at the end of it. And what that is it's basically custom programming, custom theatrical programming, where we take different types of workshops, entertainment, learning experiences to different nonprofit charitable organizations in order to better the lives of people such as, say, maybe seniors or at-risk youth, that type of thing. Well, with this lovely pandemic we've got going on in the world, it's not as easy to, well, we can't get out to these, reach out to these organizations. They have their own sets of challenges that they have within their organization, and then we can't be there physically. So we had to come up with a way to try to still incorporate the youth and the general community and find some way to educate them about theater or enrich their lives through theatrical type things. So we created a live Instagram series, which I think we're actually switching platforms, but it is a live stream interview series called Live with P3 Educates. That is Tuesdays at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. With this series, the focus is to take teen or young adult budding theatrical artists, people who want to be professionals in theater, people who are training for that, people who are learning, or people who are interested in it. And we're teaming them up with professionals in the theater industry. And that's everything, I should say the arts, because it's not just the theater. We have people who have that are being interviewed that have backgrounds in film, voiceovers, as choreographers, producers, playwrights, composers, the whole gamut. We have an amazing lineup for the next 2 months. We're solid booked every week with someone to interview. And we're able to give these young adults the opportunity to practice their social skills with conducting the interviews. I'm not there coaching them. We meet in advance and talk about the questions and the interview process. When it comes to showtime, it is literally this young adult interviewing this industry professional, and it gives that young adult a great opportunity to just dig in with questions that they've got about this individual, about their field, and then the public gets to see the behind the scenes kind of with these professionals. What did they go through in life to get where they are? How did you get that Tony Award? How did you get that show put on Broadway? How did you get on Broadway? So that is every Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. Now from that, and the P3 family member that helped come up with this idea, his name is Ethan Dodgen, great kid. He's such a great kid that I didn't even know he was a kid. He actually just entered his junior year of high school at Renaissance High School for the Arts, whom we're partnered with. He has a background in technical theater, and he's been with us since the beginning of P3, operating Spotlight during productions of Evita and Day After Day, and helping out with many different technical aspects in preparation for the productions. He interviewed on Instagram Live our resident stage manager, Robert Wiley, and that gave me the idea to expand Live with P3 Educates into Tech Talk with Ethan, where Ethan has his own show, great experience for him, and he gets to interview technical theater people, sound, lights, costumes, design, production, all of that. And that's been a part of the Tuesday series, but there's been such a demand that in July we will be expanding Tech Talk with Ethan to its own day and time, which will be Thursdays at 4:30. Ethan will have his own talk show, and he'll be digging into the technical side of theater. So it kind of breaks it up. If you're a person or people that enjoy just the performance side of it, the Broadway singers, the actors, you can watch Tuesdays. If you are a technical geek, as we like to call them, you can watch Ethan on Thursdays. If you like both sides, you've got both days. And we have, like I said, an amazing lineup for the next couple months, and it's growing. As time goes along, more people are signing up, and we've got Tony Award winners, like I said. We have Broadway veterans. We have Art the Clown. If you are a fan of horror films, Art the Clown will be one of our guests, the actor David Howard Thornton. So excited for that one. I love horror movies. But he's also a stage actor. Now, if you would like information on what we have coming up next on our Live with P3 Educates or Tech Talk with Ethan series, you can always visit our website at p3theater.biz. Click on the link for P3 Educates, and we will have a list of our upcoming guests who are being interviewed for the program. And we will also have archive interviews there in case you missed some or in case you were too busy eating it in and out and were unable to make that week's interview. You can always find past interviews on our site as well. COVID-19 wasn't enough to kind of slow things down in the world. We have yet this ongoing issue of discrimination and racism and hatred. These are things that are horrible in the world and need to change. There's no question about it. The question is, though, what as a theater company can we do? Entertain people. Well, we don't just entertain people. Theater is there to enlighten, inspire, educate, really tell stories. So with that, I got to thinking and talking with some friends, and we decided that it would be a good idea to maybe help amplify these voices that are needing to be heard, giving the Black community an opportunity to speak, share, to educate, enlighten, and inspire the world into realizing that there really is no difference. Well, there are differences, obviously, but they are just as worthy and should be treated just as fairly as every other race out there. So my friend Jody Marks, who was in our initial production of Evita, she is a person of color that I reached out to from our P3 family, and she has a talk show now. We decided to put together a show called Breaking It Down with Jody Marks, which basically it's a series where we invite different panelists every week to come in. For the most part, they will be Black because nobody else can explain what a Black person has gone through or has witnessed in their life. And it's their opportunity to speak out and express themselves and say, hey, world, here's what you can do to help make things better for us. Here's what you can do to make things fair. But it gives them the opportunity to share their voice and for us to try to just make the world a better place. Weekly topics, they range from education to Black performers in the arts to raising a child of color. Every week we have a different, very, very important topic. One of the main goals is to not necessarily focus on the horrific past that the Black community has had to endure, but it's more to focus on what can we do as allies, as fellow Black people, as a fellow theater community. What can we do to make a difference? What can we do to make our lives better? What can we do to make things fair and even and just and end this awful systemic racism? So I think by this point you all know where I stand on the subject. That's where P3 Theater Company stands on the subject. We are grateful to have such a talent and a passionate person as Jody Marks heading up this talk show. We've got an amazing lineup coming up, and this is not something that's going to go away anytime soon. We are booked solid through the end of 2020 with guest panelists, and we plan on continuing this discussion and keeping it going as long as we need to. So you can find that show on Wednesday evenings at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, and that is on our Facebook page, p3theatercompany.com. P3 Theater Company Facebook page. But also we will be recording those live sessions, which we do encourage you to attend them live because we do answer any questions that come up during the talk from our viewers. But if you missed an episode, you can always catch it on our website. It will be on our Facebook page. A lot of people have asked, too, because we're starting such a big virtual presence for P3, are we just going to stop that when the live theater productions start again? No, we are not going to stop that. That would be ridiculous. The cool thing about that is being able to use the internet as a platform is the world of theater can expand beyond someone's community. I mean, it's very important to have it available for your community, but there are people in the outreaches of the world that may not get to go to a theater or to a quality theater production. So we will maintain our virtual presence as we do enter the world of reality once again. So stay tuned for information on that as things develop.